year and new possibilities. It's easy to feel motivated with the fresh start that comes with the dawn of a new year. But how do we actually set ourselves up for the best possible chances of success? Today I'm going to help you create and set up a plan, program, call it whatever you want, that will make this year your footballing year. When you have completed all the steps that I will show you in this video, you will have a complete training plan that you can attack this year and achieve the transformation that you have always wanted to achieve as a player. It's incredibly important that you watch the steps in order and that you actually complete all the steps, or this method won't work. But I'm sure you'll stick around, because this year is your year, right? Let's begin. Step 1. The football wheel. The football wheel is an exercise that will help us reflect on where we are currently at in our careers. This will then provide us with a clearer image of what we actually need to improve as players. So what we want to do is to first paint a circle that we will split up into 5 different parts: technical, physical, tactical, mental, and lifestyle. These are the 5 key pillars of our development as footballers, hence why they have been chosen. Now have a think. For each of these parts, rate your current ability on a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is the lowest and 10 is the highest. Take your time, you can pause the video while doing this, and then once you're done, just jump straight back into the video. So now we should have 5 different ratings for 5 different areas of our game. Now we want to have a look, in what area do we find our lowest rating? Once we have done that, we can then draw another circle next to that area. This will be our first focus and priority. In this example, I placed my technical side as my lowest. Then I will split this second circle up into the major technical areas of the game: dribbling, passing, first touch, ball control, finishing, shooting, crossing, etc. In these areas, I will again rate myself on a scale from 1 to 10. After having done that, I have now broken down my biggest area of improvement down into smaller pieces. I will then have a look again, this time for my 3 lowest scores. These 3 areas will then be my biggest priority to work on in the technical aspect of the game going forward. Now we repeat the same procedure for the rest of the key pillars and break them down into the most important areas of the respective key pillars. To help you out in this process, I leave all the different areas of the respective pillars on the screen that you can pause and take a screenshot of. If you have any personal extra additions, feel free to add them in. When you're done, you should have 1 big circle containing your overall score for each key pillar, and 5 smaller circles containing the scores for each respective area. Of course, you want to improve all aspects of your game, but what we have to achieve in this exercise is to break down and become more aware of what we currently need to improve the most in our games, which is key to be able to go into the next step. Step 2. The availability index. Soon we will start building our plan, but first we have to tackle a couple of more things. And first, that is to consider the resources that we have available to us at this moment in time. Because one thing that is not very often taken into consideration when designing a plan is the individual differences that we all have in our lives. And that is what we will address in this next step. In the availability index, we want to write down the following key areas. 1. Team/individual. Do I have access to a team, or will I do individual training? 2. Pitches. How many pitches do I have available for training, and where are these pitches located? 3. Gyms. Do I have access to a gym to do strengthening work, or will I train at home? 4. Partners. Do I have any training partners available, and if yes, write them down. 5. Gear. What gear do I currently have, or what gear can I acquire that can help me in my development? 99% of players don't have access to the facilities, the coaches, and the equipment that, for instance, a Premier League player has. But what this exercise does is that it helps you detach from the things that you can't control and instead become more aware of what resources you currently have at your disposal at this moment in time. This will then be taken into consideration heading into the next step. Step 3. The calendar exercise. Now we know what areas of our game that we want to prioritize and what resources we have available to us that will help us achieve this improvement. The last step before creating the plan is to determine the time we have available to us. It's very unlikely that we have 24 hours a day to dedicate to our training, and even if we did, it wouldn't provide us with a good balance for long-term progress. So the goal here is to have a look at what a typical week currently looks like in our lives, Monday to Sunday, and then make some type of overview of that. I'll do it on paper right now, but you can do it in any calendar of your choice, like Google Calendar or Apple Calendar. First, I create a week from Monday to Sunday and fill in everything that I have to do besides my football. After having done that, I will now see the empty slots available for me to fit in some type of training. This will now mean that we can be more intentional with our time, and that will help in remaining consistent with our training. Now, this calendar is not set in stone, and one week may differ from another, but in large, you should have a better idea of how much time you will be able to dedicate to your football. And that also means that you won't beat yourself up in your mind for not doing enough training, because now you know that it's not possible to do more than what you have planned into your calendar. If you want more ideas on how to balance football with the rest of your life, I have a video on that on my channel where I discuss this exact topic that I'll leave a link to in the description down below. Step 4, the plan. Now we have analyzed what areas we want to improve, what resources that we have that will help us improve them, and when we're going to do it. Now it's time for the very best part, when we put all of these together to create our training plan. One thing I want to say here is that don't be a perfectionist about this step, because that's a mistake that I've made countless of times throughout my career that have cost me a lot of progress, simply because I overanalyzed every single thing. Remember that taking action is much more important than having a perfect plan. Also remember that you shouldn't exactly copy what I do, but instead have a look at the first 3 steps that we did and base your own plan on those, but you can use my example as a guide to easier help you get started. So we will split the areas from step 1 into 5 different letters: A, B, C, D, and E. These 5 letters will then symbolize the different pillars. A, technical. In the technical aspect of the game, we'll focus on 3 different areas: dribbling, passing, and first touch. And we will split those into 3 different sessions. A1, which will be dribbling focused, A2, which will be passing focused, and A3, which will have the focus on the first touch. In each session, the main focus will be placed on one of these specific qualities, but that doesn't mean that we can't incorporate other qualities into that session. For example, in my dribbling session, I may do something like a cone weave or a Ronaldinho drill. But then after having done that, that may lead into a shot, a pass, or a cross. However, the main focus of each respective session should be placed on that respective quality. B, physical. We will split our gym work up into 3 different weekly sessions, where the focus will be slightly different for each respective session. B1 will be focused on the lower body, B2 will be focused on the upper body, and B3 will be a full body session. Some important concepts when training in the gym can be training from speed to power to strength to endurance, switching between bilateral and unilateral exercises, or utilizing different rep ranges. If you want to learn more about these concepts and exactly how I train in the gym as a footballer, you can watch the video exactly titled that, How I Train in the Gym as a Footballer. I'll leave a link down in the description for that one as well. C, tactical. For the tactical side, I want to focus on my awareness, my vision, and my decision making. I will practice this in 2 ways, one practical and one theoretical. C1, Be Your Best session. The practical way will be through doing daily Be Your Best sessions, where I will be able to train my awareness, my vision, and my decision making through the help of a VR headset and the Be Your Best app. C2, analysis of Premier League games. The theoretical way will be to acquire a better understanding of the game, and to help me achieve that, I will analyze a couple of games a week from the Premier League, where I watch players that play in my position and analyze their movements, their thought process, their decision making, etc. D, mental. For the mental side, I really want to dive deeper into visualization. This is something that I want to do daily for about 10 to 15 minutes. E, lifestyle. For my lifestyle goal, I will focus on my nutrition. Here my goal is to make sure that I have a list of nutritious recipes that I can cook and meal prep on the weekend, so that when I head into the week, I have set myself up for success, both in terms of saving time, but also that I eat healthy foods. Now I will fit these 5 letters and their respective sessions into my schedule. And that will be my complete training plan going forward. We will do this training for about 2 to 3 months because that will be enough time for us to see the adaptation with whatever we're doing, but not too long so that we can start to work on other areas that need improvement. Save all of the papers with the exercises that we've done so that you can go back and watch those after these 2 to 3 months and make it easier for you to redo them, but also to compare to your current state. For ideas on the exact training exercises, you can go watch some of the training videos that I have on my channel or any other source that you may have at your disposal. Step 5. The transformation phase. The last step is in theory the easiest, in reality maybe the hardest, but in the end actually the most important. And that is that we take action on what we have created. The plan is the key to open the door, but for you to achieve the transformation that you want, you have to take the necessary action and put in the work to actually be able to open that door. I am currently on a mission to achieve a transformation of my own. And everything that I've shared in this video is more or less the things that I've done at the initial stages of Project Reborn. So make sure to subscribe to experience that journey firsthand, but also to get more content just like this video. That's all for this time. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy New Year, and bye.